Hey guys, Tony here. We got some updates today from the Nasdaq Hearing Board on both Hycroft Mining and Mullen Automotive. Both companies had been under imminent threat of delisting due to failure to maintain the minimum bid on the Nasdaq. I want to go through the company's press releases with you, go through some key dates that are coming up, and give you the opportunity down in the comments to ask any follow-up questions that you might have. Let's get right into it. Let's start off with the easy one, Hycroft Mining. And for those that are probably going to ask, I do not have any ownership in Hycroft or Mullen. They're not on my personal recommended list. But I do cover these stocks for people that might be stuck in these plays or want to buy them. I have provided coverage over the past couple of years on both companies for the viewers of my channel, letting you know why I was not going to be buying them, why I think that if you want to be an investor in either company, the prudent thing to do would be wait. Hycroft has some news maybe coming out in a year or two when they get back into mining. I will give them a more serious look then. Mullen, I'm waiting for news on when they actually get in real production and start turning some profits on the income statement. But let's talk about this news on Hycroft. Hycroft announces today that the board approved a 1-for-10 reverse split that will be effective immediately after the close of trading on November 14th, 2023. There was a video put out this morning by CEO Diane Garrett where she reiterated the second point that I have highlighted here, that ensuring the listing remains intact on Nasdaq is of significant importance to the company. Now, I know that is going to be a contentious thing for many people. There's a lot of people that think the board of directors is purposely trying to bankrupt retail investors. There's other people that think this is all a grand scheme from private equity to rob retail. Maybe it is, maybe it is. Or maybe the company really does just want to remain listed on Nasdaq because they know that no institutional investor is going to take them seriously if they are running down on the pink sheets. And as I covered in my last video, Hycroft recently reiterated their intent to give investors a plan for what they are going to do next and when. And if they want institutional investors to consider the company at that time, it is going to be vital that they are listed on the Nasdaq. Other things to note, no fractional shares will be issued in connection with the reverse split. So if you're holding Hycroft and it's not divisible by 10, you will get cash in lieu of fractional shares. The reverse split will not affect the authorized number of shares, which if I'm not mistaken is sitting at 1.4 billion authorized shares. I see here that shares outstanding is 201 million, so divide that by 10. The new outstanding shares will drop to 20 million and the price will go up by 10. So if it happened today, for example, at 26 cents, the new price would be $2.60. One other key date coming up for Hycroft is the Q3 earnings announcement, and the company has not officially announced a date for that to my knowledge. We are expecting it to be sometime between the 1st and 7th of November, so just a few weeks away. Just a reminder, the company is not actively mining. I don't expect any revenue to be reported. However, maybe we'll get some other news updates from the company. Okay, so the Hycroft news I kind of expected. It's normal that the Nasdaq Hearing Board does not grant exemptions, and I expected them to have to do that reverse split. I said that I guessed the same thing was going to happen to Mullen, but much to my surprise, Mullen received a favorable decision from the Nasdaq hearing panel. This is not normal, so congratulations to Mullen. Let's talk about what this means date-wise, though. The panel granted Mullen an additional extension of time dependent on two factors. Number one, on or before January 22nd, 2024, the company must be in compliance with the minimum closing bid price of $1 per share for 20 consecutive trading days. I am sure that all Mullen investors are hopeful that the company puts out some sort of good news soon, immediately, about production, deliveries, share buybacks, something to get that price quickly over $1 and to keep it there. But if they don't, the clock starts ticking around December 19th or 20th. If you calculate out trading days and remove all the holidays, somewhere around December 19th or 20th, from that date until January 22nd, they're going to have to remain over $1. If they could get over $1 for 20 days before then, that works too. The second condition is that on or before March 8th, the company must have an annual shareholder meeting. That is pretty easy to arrange. Going back to last week's news, just to make sure we have all the dates crystal clear in our head, Mullen also has a special stockholders meeting scheduled for December 15th to contemplate the vote for a reverse split between 1-for-2 and 1-for-100. And that's something that Mullen investors will be thinking about as they approach that December 15th date. Hopefully, the price gets over $1 before December 15th, and they don't have to have this vote. But if the vote is held and if the vote passes, and if the company is not in compliance with the $1 minimum bid by January 22nd, then they will need to enact that reverse split to remain listed on Nasdaq. And just like Hycroft, just like any company, they don't want to get kicked down to the pink sheets if they can avoid it. I will be crossing my fingers and praying for you guys, hoping that for once this management comes out with some good news on production and deliveries that they can follow through on that actually can bring this stock price up. That's all I got for you tonight on Hycroft and Mullen reverse split and Nasdaq hearing panel news. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see ya on the next video.